I want to just stream of consciousness for 2 minutes. I just did my morning sequence. I am dressed, showered, made up. I am, my hair is done. I have fragrance on. I put my earrings on. And I was like, I need a good background. So I'm just gonna record over here. I usually sit the way that I sit because of feng shui and the idea of auspicious directions. So I would avoid I would always try to just face my auspicious direction, and that's why I sat with the sink in the background. But now I'm like, it's just so not aesthetic. Come on. So yeah, I'm like, this is good enough. It just has to be, because this is a much better you know. Yesterday I was watching the BTS 2.0 music video, and I clicked out. I didn't finish it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I was trying to be truthful, and I was like, I'm bored. I don't want to finish watching this. But I did watch the Swim music video finally, and it has Betty from Riverdale in it. I forget her name. I don't know the actual actresses. I have the name that I think it is, but I don't want to say it in case it's wrong. But you know who I'm talking about? Betty from Riverdale. And I'm like, I like her. I like that character. Because usually whenever I see Korean pop music videos and they feature some white girl as the romantic interest, like in this motherfucker's, that's Hosok, that's J-Hope, Sweet Dreams, I would jam to that song, but at the end it's some blonde bitch. I'm like, I'm not a blonde bitch. Or is it Cream Soda? In Cream Soda, when EXO featured some German looking chick, I'm like, I'm not a German white hoe. So you keep making me feel like I don't belong in your universe, except for some fun moment, but I'm not your love interest, so I'm just not in the mood, But Betty from Riverdale, I like her. So it was the first time I was actually able to watch a K-pop music video where there are all these, for whatever reason, they're. I'm concerned that the attraction power that these guys have, been able to garner in the world and over the minds of all kinds of people, including myself, is some kind of spell, a love spell, or some kind of manipulation, because it's a bit too much, and I don't get it. I'm so obsessed with. I'm not gonna say their names because I'm genuinely not wanting to promote this, but just maybe I'll mouth it so you can just get the vibe. I'm obsessed with. That's 7 people. You know, and a super emotionally involved without having ever met them, with 3 or 4 of them, and I'm just and I think right now I'm just experiencing some kind of desire to push back and be like, this is. What is it? What is it? What's the desire to push back? Is it just self-sabotage, or is something else? The point is that when I saw the Swim music video and it was a blonde woman as the main character in this K-pop music video, it didn't piss me off because, it's Betty from Riverdale. I love her. So that was cool. And I don't know, I just got really upset because I'm I don't like this feeling of at the end of all of this emotional attachment to these guys whom I've never met. What is it gonna be at the end? Just nothing? What's the point of it? yesterday I watched Baekhyun. Uh, like I was watching all these videos. Like I like the music. Like straight up. Like, and this is why after I watched Swim, and I was like, okay, good job you watched it because everyone's been watching it. You didn't watch it. Maybe you should watch it. You have their poster on your wall. I don't have their poster on my wall because they're my favorite. I have their poster on my wall because I once bought this like K-pop magazine because I saw it at the grocery store and I was like, what is this? It was like some special edition little production because it's not like there's like a K-pop magazine that's just like constantly in like circulation, you know? So I was like, what is this? I gotta buy this. And there were posters inside. It just made me feel like I was like in my like, like I'm 15 and I'm like literally like, like having posters from musicians on the wall. It's fun. But like the only uh, bands or like groups or whatever that I would want to put up were like, because I am into like the girls are cool, but I'm into like the guy groups, and so I was like, the only group in here that I actually like vibe with is BTS, so I'm gonna put them on the wall. I really love J Hope. He makes me super happy. I don't know why. It makes me feel like an idiot. That's probably why I'm like freaking out and being like, fuck you guys. Like, not really, because you make my life so much better, and I don't understand where my like joy would come from if it wasn't from all the like things that I see from you. I don't know why though. It makes me feel so stupid. I'm like, why am I so emotionally attached to you? Like, I don't understand. And I wonder if I'm wasting my like, because like I'm like I want to be married to my husband. Like, there's a guy walking around whom I could meet who's a really really good like match for me, and I'm a really really good match for him. And I'm just like wondering if like my romance or like I don't know what else to call it. Like if like my romance space and my consciousness is taken up by these Korean dudes. Like I wonder if I'm just like having some kind of like, do you know? I'm like, or am I just like surviving through the joy that they give me? Like, cause like, so I watched Swim. Like that music, that song is cool. I like it. It's totally fine. Like it's a great song. It was pleasurable. Started listening to 2.0 and I was like okay, like whatever. Like this sounds like the same thing over and over again, and it sounds like you're saying phrases that are just like copied and pasted from like a general archive of all the rap and hip hop songs. And like on the one hand, I'm like I'm happy that black music is being promoted in this, but like I just watched, although I like Betty from Riverdale, I still watch like a blonde girl. Like it's still just like European like domination trying to take over the part of the world that hasn't yet been fucking dominated to be Europe's bitch. Like Asia, motherfucker. You feel me? And I'm just like, well, I did just watch I like Betty from Riverdale, but it's still a blonde woman, a white blonde woman. And now I'm watching the next video and it's referencing black people, but there's no black people that I'm seeing in the shot. And it's like the only way that you reference black people is if it's some kind of like cool vibe. And I'm just like, I want to be a main character of a romantic vision being African haired and melanated in your Korean music videos. That's what I want. Or show me Korean women. But don't have me be obsessing over you, walking around in the city, watching little videos of you, smiling to myself, laughing to myself, promoting your ass, while constantly feeling like, what's the point? This is gonna sound really nonsensical, but it's like, do you love me or not? Because if not, then I don't want to be wasting my, like, I need to be extracted from the entanglement that I feel with you guys, and I need to find a way to find my joy in something that actually has something to do with me. Because sometimes it just feels like one really intense, like, what's it called? You know how like the world is full of all these like reality manipulators? Like people talk constantly about the Masons, all the, like, there's so many videos about like things like the E-files and like these rituals that these people do in Hollywood, and this religion of like worshiping the devil to get things in the world, to get reality to be according to what they would like to experience it as, benefiting them and not giving a crap about the well-being of other people who are not them. People are constantly talking about reality manipulating like people or consciousnesses or entities or beings. Humans, at least. At the very least, like humans who are doing stuff behind the scenes. Okay? And I'm like, is this just like one of those manipulations? Where like I've fallen into the trap of like a being like a marionette doll. I'm like, haha, we hooked this bitch as well as like millions of other people. Almost some people, they're not hooked on in like hooked. They're not hooked into the like K-pop craze because they're like victims of this like weird love spell euphoria. They're hooked in it because they're like the manipulating side, and they get off on like knowing that's what's happening and like trying to get a piece of that pie. To like, there are people, there's like an obsession with Korea that feels unhealthy and demonic in its like actual motivation, or like it, like those people, they know something about what this whole like South Korean thing is about, and they're like trying to like get as much like what's the word, like currency or like power, like manipulation ability as they can, because it's like a whole bunch of people. And I sometimes wonder if like these K-pop stars know about that, or if they're just like the medium through which these behind the scenes evil bastards do this shit. There's like weird manipulation of like human consciousness via this weird love spell via these Korean musicians. And like, I wonder sometimes if they know about it or not. I wonder if, yeah, because it doesn't feel, how should I say it? There's a possibility. There's a possibility that it's just South Korea is the most peaceful country in the world when it comes to record. Now, please don't let North Korea suddenly like launch a missile because I fucking said that, like for real. But like genuinely, like the history of the world and the countries of the world, the history of the peoples of the world, like the only people in the world who have never waged a domination campaign against another people are the Korean people. So maybe this obsession with Korea is just kind of like because we're in some strange ass times where people keep talking about it's the end times, it's apocalyptic, there's some kind of like coming to a head of a bunch of energies in the world, and the Korean people are the most innocent people on the planet. So maybe all of us who have like normal hearts and they're not like worshiping the devil, when we see Korean people dancing and having fun, we're just like we're elated that there's some innocence and goodness of that caliber or height still like alive in the world. Like that's my other theory. I'm like, we're obsessed with South Korea because we are seeing genetically the best, most innocent, most pure people give us light and joy and dancing and music, and we're responding to the fact that we're literally like on a subconscious level aware that they're the most innocent people, so we have a joy about that. That would be like the nice version. That would be so nice. It's just that I am in a predicament where it's like I'm constantly being attacked by all kinds of people who seek to dominate me, and because of that I'm like, I can't afford to go with the sweet version of possibilities, because I'm like, if I'm wrong and it's not the sweet version, then I'm screwed, because they like, I'll be a sitting duck and then they'll just like hurt me. So like I'm in a predicament where I'm like, I have to consider both possibilities, but it's just that like you don't have to survive happiness, you don't have to survive safe people, you have to survive people who are pretending not to be dangerous but are dangerous. My other theory from the dark side is that the Korean people didn't have to ever outwardly dominate anyone because they're actually coming from, they're like humans made by an alien race who, because all East Asian people are humans made by an alien race. This is a, it's not even a hypothesis, it's an idea from the dark side. And so the Korean people are a special group of these like humans made by this alien race, and their whole point was to never have to dominate anyone outwardly. They could just do it passively. You feel me? Now I'm saying these things not because I want to like promote these ideas or be like this is what's true. I'm saying them because this is the stuff in my head. And I'm like, I don't know what's real. Not because something's wrong with me. I'm like, I can't tell what's real. Because the second that like 2020 happened and the Black Lives Matter movement made all those white supremacists show up in front of me, the second that I experienced the treatment from white supremacists in America, in Chicago in 2020, my whole world just blew the fuck up because it felt to me like I was meeting those like E-Files style, Lucifer worshipping, fucking, like literal, like fucking evil spawn of the world. But they were like hunting me. That's what it felt like. And I was like, what's happening? It's the same feeling as like when I heard about the E-Files. I was like, they're doing what? They're eating children? You said what? This is not real. Are we in an actual episode of Riverdale? Is this Riverdale season, whatever that season where that creepy like demon in the forest is? Like, are we not in reality anymore? What is going on? What do you mean they're eating people? What do you mean? No fucking way. What do you mean the powerful rich? What do you mean you guys are talking about the like people are talking about, what's the English word? Like they have a plan for greatly reducing the population. But what are you talking about? What are you guys talking about? What is going on? Now they're like AI. I'm like, AI seems to be the least of my worries. I'm not scared of AI, bitch. I'm scared of humans. What are you guys talking about? In 2020, I was sitting there being like, oh, white supremacists are real. Hold on a second. I'm in Chicago on the north side. Like, everyone here, this is the Democrat state. This is liberals. This is liberal country. This is University of Chicago country. This is educated Americans. You do not, what are you talking about white supremacy? Back then, I thought I was some weirdo who was from, like, because of stress, because white supremacists suddenly were real in 2020. Once Trump was elected, all these racists suddenly showed up, and I was like, I did not believe in white people until 2020 because they left me alone when I lived in the States. They left me alone because I don't speak like a Ebonic style because I'm not from the States. So my English is learned language, like learned English from like school style. Like some people used to ask me like, did you go to British boarding school? Like something about you. I'm like, because I'm a foreigner who just learned English and I am, yes, of African genetics, but I'm also like from like other worlds. You know what I mean? They just left me alone because I didn't trigger them to, like, they didn't treat me like a black person because I didn't register as a black person to them. I'm like, right, because I'm not the survivor.